Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good dawn, heroes. This is your boy Cypherx wishing you an epic day. With Crucible's launch come and gone, I wanted to put my thoughts out there and help shed some light on the subject. Like any release, it has its ups and downs, and with all the competition in the online shooter industry, I just want to let you guys know the good, the bad, and the downright butt ugly. And while there's some good here, it has some potential, there's a lot of butt ugly holding it back. So let's see what this game has to offer.
Don't pause. Press play.
As you can see in the video, Crucible offers a lush environment with plenty of vibrant colors and techno sci-fi ambience. Random events on the map help to jazz up each match a bit and keep the game's 3 modes from getting too stale. There's also some MOBA features in the game as well, with character level ups and trait trees to help you tune each character to your own needs. I'll say that they did the MOBA part pretty decently. The character level ups actually felt really good. I could feel the difference in my blasters or my actual damage output, and a lot of the level up traits really brought some characters out into the light, like they really shined. Overall, the trait trees felt pretty thought out and gave a lot of variety to the game's 10 characters. The characters themselves show a little bit of love. With backstories and vocal snippets, Amazon Games really tried to create characters that players could feel for and get attached to. The characters all have different playstyles with just a little bit of overlap here and there. For example, the soldier type characters all support run and gun gameplay with tactical skills like cooldowns, weapon swaps, grenades, and mines. However, their traits and finer mechanics help breathe variety into the mix. Some characters feel like they have more love than others, but I'll get to that in just a second. A few other positives with the launch were that all characters were available at launch with nothing functional hidden behind a paywall, which is always a nice little plus. There's also a nice tutorial and practice mode to get your feet wet with each character before you commit to a full game. At its bones, the game is fun, with fast gameplay, fun mechanics, and interesting character playstyles. Also, the PR team did an excellent job communicating small changes and bugs to the community as they put out hotfix after hotfix. However, it should be noted that they did this via Twitter and other social media platforms, not in-game. In-game, you just got error messages. And that brings me to the ugly side of things. Crucible is a fun game that needs a lot of polish and suffers from some obvious rush. Let's look at some of the bigger issues here. Large ass elephant in the room number 1. There is little to no communication in what should be a team-based game. Team-based. There is no text chat, mic chat, or anything else I could see. You get little team markers that you can place with your mouse button, but that's it. They carry no weight. There's no obvious reason to follow them unless your team is willing to follow you and stick with you right out the gate. Big ass elephant number 2. Gunplay is underwhelming and carries no sense of satisfaction. I enjoyed soldier type characters like Mendoza and Sazan, but I felt like they lacked power. Headshots felt so underwhelming, and really that shouldn't be the case. A sniper shot to the head or a shotgun to the head should feel like a headshot. A shotgun to the head should do way more than 25% of someone's health, and I don't even think it does even that much. Like, I'd really hate to say it, but Fortnite does this way better than this game does, and even Fortnite's gunplay is kinda iffy. The characters, while colorful and interesting, need massive balancing. I tried each of the characters for about 2 to 3 hours each, trying to be objective and even about it, but ultimately I always came back to Summer, who to me is like the MVP of the game. Her AoE, dot, speed, and HP make her the total package. One single level 1 trait makes her easily one of the fastest characters in the game, with 50% more HP than most. Meanwhile, characters like Earl seem a bit lackluster when on their own. I don't claim to be a pro. I may have been using Earl and other tunes completely wrong, but it shouldn't be a night and day issue. On paper, he sounded amazing, and in practice, it was a painful experience compared to more mobile characters in the game like Bug, Tosca, or Sazan. The gameplay itself suffers from many small minor graphical issues. Characters teleporting instead of sprinting or jumping, missing frames, monsters that flickered in and out of existence while chasing me, and the list kinda goes on. And finally, the overall lack of monsters and game modes. 3 game modes is nice, but I feel like we could have other modes that could have been as equally fun. A basic deathmatch mode would take 0 effort and help satisfy the players who don't really care about tactical teamwork. I had dozens of teams that split 2 seconds after spawning to go do whatever they wanted. This resulted in some frustrating losses, hive hearts often being taken with 0 resistance. Now, I understand the dev team wanted to create a game with multiple factors or events to help make each game different. However, with the severe lack of team communication, this ends up creating the perfect storm of distractions for players who don't care to listen to team prompts. Wrapping up, Amazon Games' Crucible is an interesting game that has a good direction but lacks overall focus and execution. Winning sometimes felt fun, but usually was underwhelming. Hero-wise, characters need balancing and tweaking. Some characters make you feel like you want to love them, but they just don't have the toolkit or stats to really shine compared to others. The graphics, while pretty, fracture and disappear at times under stress. Finally, the game lacks any sense of community or communication. No in-game chat or voice chat makes coordinating plans and team attacks almost impossible. I often found myself pinning something on the map in the hopes that it would be considered. Half of the matches ended in a clean sweep by the enemy, with my teammates strewn across the map in random places. I don't want to put all my jaded experiences on Amazon Games. I'm sure they're trying their best. The game is free to play and has the potential to be fun. I love playing as Summer, it's a blast, but they need to put a little more time into this. I still plan to dust it off every often, and I hope you guys do give it a shot, especially people who are used to team-based shooters like Overwatch and Paladins, etc. The game has potential. I just personally think it lacks polish and was rushed. Anyway, share your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear how you guys feel about things. You know, what was your first experiences with the game? Am I full of hot air? I don't know, maybe I just suck at the game, but tell me down below. Love, peace, and elevate your hunts, y'all. Lates.